Welcome to the World News Bulletin on CVR English. I'm Jyoti, bringing you the latest global updates and breaking developments shaping our world today. From international diplomacy and regional conflicts to economic shifts and human stories, we will take you through the headlines that matter most. Stay with us as we connect the dots across continents and bring clarity to the day's events. In the occupied West Bank, violence continues to shadow daily life. In Deir Zarir, a Palestinian man, Masdi Abu Mukko, was struck by a vehicle while praying by the roadside. The driver, an Israeli reservist, had fired shots moments earlier. The army condemned the act, dismissing him and confiscating his weapon. Though Abu Mukko was released from hospital, the incident reflects a troubling pattern. The United Nations warns of escalating injuries and deaths among Palestinians, painting a grim picture of life under occupation.
خليه بس.
انت كاين عندي دكتور؟
نعم صحيح.
الحمد لله على سلامتك.
الله يسلمك. الله يتعبك.
الله يكون في عونك.
امين جماعة. كنا مروحين من رام الله انا وابني وزوجتي، وتفاجأنا في أول البلد إنه موجود في حاجز من قبل طبعا المستوطنين، وكانوا طبعا معهم الأبقار يعني يرعوا فيهم في أول البلد. وطبعا الناس كانت متجمعة في أول البلد، وإحنا طبعا من جملة الناس اللي كانوا موجودين، ووقفنا على أساس نستنى عشان يفتحوا الحاجز ويمركوا الناس. ووقفنا طبعا لساعات طويلة، وبعدها طبعا اجى موعد الصلاة، وابني اللي هو بقول انا بدي انزل اصلي، ونزل يصلي، وانا طبعا قعدت استنى فيه. وفجأة اللي هو جاي طبعا المستوطن بالتراكترون وتعمد ابني ودهسه، وتعدى برضه علي في نفس الوقت، ورشوا علي طبعا اللي هو تغاز الفلفل علي، وانا بدي اخذ محمد. شايف هيو، شايف هجم عليه، هو وضعه يعني شكله انصدم، ويعني انا شايفه بصراحه مش كما يجب. وحاليا يعني ان شاء الله ان اموره بتصير احسن، والحمد لله رب العالمين اللي اجت هيك، لان المستوطنين هم بشكل عام يعني قاعدين دائما وابدا بعربدوا على الناس وبيبهدلوا الناس، ويعني هدفهم الاول والاخير اللي هي يعني فعلا يعربدوا على الناس وبهدلوهم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
In Syria's central city of Homs, tragedy struck during Friday prayers. A bombing ripped through the Imam Ali bin Abi Talib Mosque in the Wadi al-Dahab neighborhood, killing at least 8 people and injuring 18 more. Witnesses described scenes of chaos and fear as worshippers scrambled to escape. One survivor recalling, "I fell on the ground, my head bleeding." Syria's interior ministry has called it a terrorist explosion, saying the mosque was deliberately targeted. Security forces sealed off the area as investigators search for those responsible. No group has claimed responsibility, leaving a shaken community to mourn amid uncertainty and grief.
رفعنا الجاهزية في المشفى، نزلت الطواقم الطبية للإسعاف من أطباء من تمريض موجودين، وبلش توارد الإصابات للمشفى. هلا بلغ عدد الإصابات اللي وصلت لعنا على المشفى 17 إصابة، فيهم 8 وفيات و9 إصابات. من بين ال9 إصابات في إصابتين خطيرات. تم التعامل مع الإصابات الغالبية، وما تزال الحالتين الخطيرات قيد التعامل من قبل الأطباء بالعناية المشددة.
كنا بالجامع بعد الأذان ونحن عم نصلي صار تفجير بجامع علي بن أبي طالب عليه السلام. الحمد لله أنا إصابتي بالبطن شظية وشظية بالوجه، والحمد لله الأمور سليمة إن شاء الله.
نحن اليوم كنا بصلاة الجمعة، أثناء الركعة الثانية سمعنا صوت انفجار قوي مع ضغط هائل يعني، وصارت الدنيا مثل هيك لونها حمراء مدري كيف، ما بعرف نحن شو صار، شو بالأساس شو صار. وقعت أنا وما شفت إلا الدم عم يزت من راسي، حطيت إيدي يعني على راسي وبدي أقوم مع أصوات كان يعني بكي وصياح وهيك. باتجاه الباب لقينا الشباب لاقينا، حطونا بالسيارة وأسعفونا باتجاه المشفى، مشفى العيادات.
حدث هذا الانفجار في محافظة حمص حيث وقع قبل قليل. السياق الطبيعي بكل أسبوع رفع الآذان، قام المصلين لأداء صلاة النوافل، ونحن بصلاة النوافل طلع هذا الانفجار ضخم مع وميض النار.
Russia is dramatically expanding its defense industry. President Vladimir Putin has reviewed the state armament program for 2027 to 2036, underscoring a surge in military production. Compared to 2022, output in 2025 rose sharply under the demands of the special military operation. Factories are turning out armored vehicles, aviation equipment, missile artillery, electronic warfare systems and ammunition at unprecedented levels. While officials frame this as industrial strength, the exponential growth also reflects a deeper militarization of Russia's future, a development with profound implications beyond its borders.
Today, we will continue our discussion of two draft documents, the state armament programs for 2027 and 2030, as well as state programs for the development of the defense industrial complex. Our defense industry enterprises, operating reliably, supply the troops with everything they need, weapons and equipment, both for the units involved in the special military operation and for the armed forces as a whole. I would like to thank the teams of defense organizations for their dedicated and valiant work. Jointly adopted decisions and timely government support measures have quickly strengthened the material and technical base of defense industrial enterprises and increased capacity for the production of necessary weapons across the entire supply chain. As a result, as I have repeatedly noted, compared to 2022, the production of products particularly in demand during the special military operation has increased exponentially in 2025. Well, I can say this, and for reference, it is quite interesting. Armored vehicle production has increased by 2.2 times.
Kupiansk stands as a symbol of restored faith. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky visited the front lines, personally thanking soldiers for their courage in retaking northern districts of the city. He hailed the victory as exposing Putin's lies and strengthening Ukraine's position both militarily and diplomatically. Soldiers received honors as Zelensky underscored that their sacrifice had given Ukraine leverage on the global stage. Yet beyond the headlines, the battle for Kupiansk reflects the border struggle, a nation fighting to reclaim its land, its dignity and its future in the face of relentless aggression.
Шановні присутні, шановні наші воїни, шановні рідні, близькі наших українських героїв, всі присутні, перш за все, я хочу подякувати вам за те, що ви є, за те, що ваша сміливість, відвага ваших побратимів і близьких дозволяє Україні бути і дозволяє Україні триматись, гідно триматись. Воїни часто бажають один одному удачі, і це надзвичайно важливо, але удача все ж таки не може прийти на допомогу замість побратима, який не підводить. Удача не замінює зброю, яка не схибить, не замінює підрозділ та командира, які дійсно можуть підтримати. Удача тільки доповнює, а не замінює бойову підготовку, яка має бути достатньою. Удача ніколи не замінить рідних, які знають найсильніші слова і дарують найбільше тепло. Та не замінить сміливість, без сміливості неможливо вистояти в такій війні, навіть коли удача повністю на твоєму боці. Україна може боротися і стояти саме завдяки тому, що все це у нас є. Є наші герої, є наші воїни, ви у нас є. Такі воїни, як ви і ваші рідні, які підтримують вас, які знають, що треба.
In Sokoto State, Nigerian police cordoned off a scorched patch of farmland in the town of Jebo after reports of a possible USA strike. Officers secured the area as residents gathered around a shallow crater. Some initially believing an aircraft had crashed. Local accounts confirmed there were no casualties or property damage. The U.S. Africa Command has acknowledged conducting strikes in Sokoto against Islamic State militants in coordination with the Nigerian authorities, though exact locations remain undisclosed. Investigations continue into the blast, underscoring the tense atmosphere surrounding military operations in northern Nigeria.
Gestern gegen 22:45 Uhr rief mich jemand an, obwohl ich derzeit in Soto wohne. Jemand rief mich an, um mir mitzuteilen, dass in Jabo, ganz in der Nähe unseres Familienbauernhofs, etwas passiert ist. Deshalb bin ich heute Morgen früh gekommen, um mir mit eigenen Augen zu sehen, was passiert ist. Dort, wo Sie es gesehen haben, wurden Gegenstände entfernt. Sie sagten, manche Leute dachten, es sei ein Flugzeug, das heruntergefallen ist. Aber das war es leider nicht. Es gab keine Todesopfer und es wurden keine Gegenstände verloren. Es sind nur die Überreste der Roboter, die auf den Bauernhöfen abgestellt wurden. Hast du's?
Thailand's Prime Minister has announced that the Defence Minister will join high-level truce talks with Cambodia as fighting along the disputed border enters its third week. The negotiations set in Chanthaburi province aim to revive a fragile ceasefire after deadly clashes that have killed dozens and forced hundreds of thousands from their homes. Both governments hope the talks under the General Border Committee framework can restore peace and allow civilians to return, a critical step toward easing tensions in one of Southeast Asia's most volatile frontiers.
Für GBC cool. Schöne Nacht. Hitze. Hitze. Hitze, Hitze.
Mogadishu history is being written. Hundreds of thousands of voters turned out for municipal elections, the city's first direct vote indicates. Officials say this moment could pave the way for Somalia's first nationwide direct elections in more than 50 years. Scheduled for 2026, the vote is seen as a step toward dismantling the clan-based political system that has long defined Somali politics. Yet security threats and opposition boycotts cast a shadow, reminding citizens that the path to democracy remains fragile even as hope rises in the capital. In a dramatic diplomatic shift, Israel has officially recognized Somaliland as an independent state, the first UN member to do so. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met with Somaliland's President Dr. Abidri Rahman Mohammed. Somalia's territorial claims, officials say that the recognition opens doors for cooperation in agriculture, technology and security, while also strengthening Israel's strategic presence in the Horn of Africa. Yet beyond the headlines, the decision carries profound implications. Somaliland gains a long-sought legitimacy after more than 3 decades of isolation. While Somalia faces renewed pressure over sovereignty, regional powers and international bodies now watch closely as this recognition could reshape alliances and test the fragile balance of geopolitics in East Africa.
Mr. President,
Mr. Prime Minister.
it's good to talk to you. And before anything else, I want you to know that I'm signing now, as we speak, Israel's official recognition of Somaliland and its right of self-determination. Our friendship is seminal and historic. So I'm very, very happy and I'm very proud of this day, and I want to wish you and the people of Somaliland the very, very best there. I think this will be a great opportunity for expanding our partnership. We intend to work together with you on economic fields, on agriculture, in the fields of social development, all the things that we hope we can assist you, and we obviously believe in this friendship. And I have to tell you that there's a lot of excitement here in Israel as well. So I want to use this opportunity, sir, to invite you to an official visit to Israel at your convenience. And I hope very much to see you here soon. This is a wonderful day. It's a historic day. And of course, I'll communicate to President Trump your willingness and desire to join the Abraham Accords. So thank you, Mr. President. Please convey my best regards and the best regards of the people of Israel to the people, to the independent people of Somaliland. Thank you, sir.
That's a great moment and great historical day. The big five is here. The other group is the chairman of the party and the vice president. And key officials are here. Mr. Prime Minister, I accepted the invitation. I am ready as soon as possible for that arrangement that can be made.
We shall arrange it very soon. And please convey my warmest regards to your colleagues and to
In Yangon, Myanmar's military-led government is pressing ahead with a multi-phased general election. Polling stations have been set up, and the junta-backed Union Solidarity and Development Party is already on the campaign track. The first voting phase is scheduled even as civil war rages across much of the country. Officials frame the process as a step towards stability, but critics warn of deep concerns over legitimacy and security. Beyond the ballot boxes, the election highlights Myanmar's fractured political landscape, where the promise of democracy collides with the realities of conflict and authoritarian control. On Wall Street, trading wrapped up a light volume post-Christmas session with the markets ending nearly unchanged. Analysts noted that there were few catalysts to drive strong conviction in either direction. Investors remained cautious, with the holiday thin volumes keeping activities subdued. The lack of major economic data or corporate announcements meant indices hovered close to flat, reflecting a wait-and-watch sentiment as markets head toward the year's end.
Remain in a turbulent year in which tariff jitters, simmering geopolitical tensions, and the rapid growth of AI-related momentum stocks took investors on a bumpy ride. But it was a year that put the three major indexes, led by the tech-heavy NASDAQ, on track to register double-digit percentage gains. Stocks on the move on Friday included NVIDIA, which gained 1% after the AI chipmaker agreed to license chip technology from startup Grok and hire its CEO. Shares of Target rose more than 3% after the Financial Times reported the retailer is facing activism from hedge fund Tom's Capital Investment Management, which has made a significant investment in the company. And U.S.-listed shares of precious metal miners such as
Storm hit Southern California continues to face the risk of flooding, disrupting travel for millions of motorists in the post-Christmas rush. Heavy rains have already hampered roadways and raised concerns about safety across the region. However, the National Weather Service has offered some relief, predicting that conditions will ease with a drier weekend ahead. Authorities are urging caution as cleanup and recovery efforts continue, while residents remain hopeful for calmer weather in the days to come.
The deluge started in earnest on Christmas Eve, spawned by the region's latest atmospheric river, a vast airborne current of dense moisture siphoned from the Pacific Ocean. It swept inland over the greater Los Angeles area, dumping 6 inches of rain, with up to 18 inches in the mountains, washing out some roads, spurring evacuations, and some shelter-in-place orders. But forecasters said the coming drier weather should make traveling easier. The atmospheric river that brought the trouble will wind down through Friday across California with lingering heavy rainfall, heavy mountain snow, and gusty winds. Evacuation warnings were lifted in Los Angeles and San Bernardino counties on Thursday, but remained in effect on Friday in the hard-hit rural community of Wrightwood in the San Gabriel Mountains.
Airlines across the United States have cancelled or delayed thousands of flights during peak holiday travel. Severe winter storm warnings have disrupted schedules, leaving passengers stranded and scrambling for alternatives. According to flight tracking service FlightAway, the impact has been widespread, affecting major hubs and regional airports alike. With the holiday travel at its peak, the storm has created significant challenges for airlines and travelers, underscoring the vulnerability of air travel to extreme weather conditions.
National Weather Service issued winter storm warnings, which it said would cause, quote, hazardous travel conditions for the Great Lakes into the northern mid-Atlantic and southern New England regions through Saturday morning. By Friday afternoon, JetBlue had canceled 225 flights, the most among U.S. carriers. It was followed closely by Delta, which canceled 186 flights. Republic Airways, American Airlines, and United Airlines also canceled several flights.
At least 8 people were killed in an explosion at a mosque belonging to the Alawite sect in the Syrian city of Homs. Local reports indicate that the blast struck during prayers, leaving casualties and sparking panic in the area. Authorities are investigating the cause of the explosion, while emergency services rushed to the scene to assist the injured. The incident has heightened concerns about security and sectarian tensions in the region, which has faced years of conflict and instability.
Mosque, and that security forces had cordoned off the area. Local officials said the blast occurred during Friday noon prayers. Imam Ismail al-Din Shalom told Reuters around 300 people were gathering, as they usually do every week. Worshippers stood up to pray, and then a huge fiery explosion took place. An ultra-conservative Sunni group in Syria known as Saraya Ansar al-Sunnah claimed responsibility.
That's the wrap up the World News Bulletin on CVR English. I'm Jyoti. Thank you for joining us as we track the pulse of global affairs. For continuous updates, keep watching CVR English and follow our coverage online. Until next time, stay informed and stay safe.